6.0 pop-all rig, studded, toe tune. It's got a stock exhaust on it, so we're about to ruin that. Wanted to get some sound clips, stock exhaust, and then we're gonna be putting a 5-inch on it. But until I got this thing, I never even heard one stock exhaust. It definitely sounds pretty weird. So we're gonna be getting some sound clips before and after. See the true difference. Thing has a giant muffler on it. And a cat. So that's gotta go. I already put a 6.4 starter on this thing because it didn't like to start hot. So, little trick for you, put off fixing high pressure oil leaks. Just get you a nice starter. Don't worry about that for a while. Should fire right up. Thing is quiet as can be. There's nothing coming out of there. Got her somewhat warmed up now. Do a couple runs. Doesn't do the normal 6.0 stuff. Still gets a little turbo flutter going though. Also only in a 50 horse tune, so it can definitely use some more power. But it rolls out decent. So as you can tell, it pretty much just sounds like a 7.3, just nothing but turbo. So we'll get back. I got an SCT on order and the 5-inch, of course. So once we get those things, we'll throw them on, put her in the hot tune, and really let this thing eat. Alright, finished up the 5-inch last night. Looks pretty good. Just MBRP kit. Nothing special. So we'll give her a cold start. Obviously it's a whole lot louder now. The whistle is pretty intense, but it seems to die down a little bit once it's warmed up. It just came out of high idle, so now it's not as bad. But got an SCT, put it on the just canned performance tune. So, as you can tell, sounds way different, way better, way louder, probably a little more power. So if you want to get the same kit, this is a 5-inch turbo back MBRP, and then it's universal, so one of these pipes you gotta trim that pipe, unless you have a crew cab long bed, of course. So to end it off, I mean, I wanted to touch on the major topic of discussion. The big question with every diesel truck seems to be 4-inch or 5-inch. So now that I finally heard a 5-inch inside the truck and drove it, I've pretty much heard or driven every exhaust setup on a 6.0. So in my opinion, it really just comes down with how loud you want to be, and what you want to do, what you're willing to do, I guess. So I gotta say, if you want loud and you want a full exhaust just like this, how this looks, then you're probably gonna want to go with the 5. But if you want a big 8-inch tip on the back of it, 4-inch is probably gonna be louder than what this is, and you'd be just fine saving the money. So you could also throw a bed stack on it or an axle dump, but those things come with major cons, but they're gonna be real loud. Obviously, if you're willing to deal with the drone every second of driving it, axle dump is probably gonna be what you want. But honestly, axle dumps are just brutal in my opinion. They just get so annoying when you're trying to just drive the truck normally, but they are super loud. And of course the bed stack is probably gonna be the loudest in my opinion. My old bed stack truck was extremely loud, but of course you have to cut a hole in the bed. That's gonna be your major downfall. And you know, I've had some clappers, so I've cut holes in beds, can't lie. But I mean, you look at this thing, I'm in Indiana, it's just too clean. I cannot cut a hole in the bed. So you might be in the same position, and I get it, but bed stack is probably gonna be your loudest, or an axle dump. And obviously you can also hood stack it, which not very common, but I've heard it sounds insane. But obviously, cut a hole in the hood, you can hardly roll down your passenger window, and your roof's probably gonna be black, and the windshield. So it really all depends what you're willing to do. But I'd say the loudest you can go without cutting anything or making it brutal to drive is probably gonna be a 5-inch with a tip on it. So far the 5-inch, pretty good. It's gonna be louder than just a regular 4-inch, obviously. Deeper tone. Seems to be a little less clap to me, but all right, so hope that was a good overview on stock exhaust versus 5-inch, and maybe hope you pick your setup. You know, I mean, if you got a rotted out bed, just bed stack it, in my opinion. It's awesome. But let me know what you guys think I should do to this thing, because I don't have any plans set in stone just yet. Probably, of course, the headlight and grill swap. Probably painted and chrome bumper, you know. But nothing set in stone. You know, I might put a center console in it and stuff, but we'll see. I mean, let me know what you think. You know, I can always make some more videos. I mean, I know my 6.0 is pretty good, so I'm not afraid to tear into it. And probably throw up some exhaust clips of old trucks and friends' trucks I've ridden in, just so you guys can get the whole experience, all your options. But hope you liked it, and thanks.